This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107, it's Ryder and Lisa. You're off to Roger Waters tonight, one of the founding members of Pink Floyd.
Yeah, and he wrote majority of their songs between 1970 and 1985. So it's going to be good, I think.
Now, I thought that they had a rough breakup and you're wearing a Pink Floyd shirt.
Yeah, he sued them. Or no, they settled. They settled in court, and then he did say afterward that he regretted the whole process. And they ended up meeting up again on stage for some sort of fundraiser or something years later.
So they cool? It's not offensive to wear a Pink Floyd shirt? Is that like wearing Eric Lindros jersey to a Quebec Nordiques game?
That means nothing to me, but maybe.
Okay.
I don't know, but I think I'm still going to wear my Pink Floyd shirt tonight. I feel like a lot of people will be wearing Pink Floyd merch.
Possibly, hey?
We'll see, but I don't know any of his solo work, and I fear that if and when he plays some songs from Pink Floyd, he's going to wait till the end of the night. Show starts at 8. I bet it's going to get good for me at 10:30, and it's a school night. So now I'm like, how do I ditch Chad Cook?
Yeah.
I could just listen to Dark Side of the Moon on Spotify
Do
tonight.
some mushrooms and really get into it, yeah. I have some little-known facts so that, during the concert, you can sound really smart to Chad.
Ooh, okay.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, so Dark Side of the Moon was the best-selling album in the world.
Yeah, it spent, over 8... What was it? So many weeks in the top.
Yeah,
the Billboard. Do I not sound like I know what I'm talking about?
If you said that to him, if you said, hey, Chad, this album spent a lot of time. How many was it? What is it? What am I talking? In the top somethings. You're not going to sound smart.
What actually is the answer?
Dark Side of the Moon was the best-selling album in the world for a while. It's still ranked number 11 all time.
Okay.
So there's a little stat. Now, let's try it and see how it works. I'm going to throw in some Roger Waters.
Oh. Hey, Chad. Did you know that Dark Side of the Moon is still one of the best-selling albums of all time? It's still currently in 11th place. Isn't that wild? Oh, this concert is so good.
Okay, good start.
Okay,
let's try it with a different one completely. The cow on Pink Floyd's album, Adam Hart Mother, had a name.
The cow had a name?
Yeah, Lulu Bell the Third. All right, let's try it.
I wonder what Lulu Bell the Third is up to these days.
Oh, who's that?
It's actually the name of the cow on the cover of the album.
Okay, you're killing it. Yeah, that's all I got for you.
That's it?
Yeah, you look like you're ready to rip. If you do any more talking than that, people are going to be mad at you.
Yeah, that's true. They're going to be like, shut up, lady.
We have your chance at $1,000 coming up in just over an hour at 7:50 a.m. with Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. Right now, though, a prize that is even more sought after than $1,000. It is a very cheap 6 a.m. Listener Club mug.
It's priceless, really.
That's exactly right. And we're joined by Yvonne, who is playing on behalf of her husband, who's actually part of the 6 a.m. Listener Club. She's just driving him to work. And she's like, who the hell are these people?
Yeah, she's like, I'm a good speller. I'll do it.
Yeah, you are a good speller?
I think so.
All right. If you beat Lisa, you get a 6 a.m. Listener Club mug, okay?
Perfect.
The first word that you have to spell, Yvonne, is diarrhea.
Nice. Diarrhea.
Hot damn.
Whoa, Yvonne gets diarrhea a lot.
Nice.
You've Googled that one a few times?
Okay.
Lisa, first word. Pterodactyl.
What's a pterodactyl?
Pterodactyl.
You're mad at me.
No.
Okay, pterodactyl. P-T-A... What? Already?
Pterodactyl. Pterodactyl.
Or as you would call it, a pterodactyl.
No.
Cute. That's so cute.
All right, next up. Kernel.
Kernel.
Okay, but she's thinking about popcorn
I know,
kernels.
and I'm going to have to accept it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I was actually originally thinking like Colonel Sanders Colonel, but you spelled the other Colonel right. So
Good job.
Lisa, receipt.
RECEIPT.
Wow, well done.
I before E except after C.
This is for the win. Pneumonia.
Whoa.
Ooh. PNEUMONIA.
Wow.
She got it?
Yeah, you're unbelievable. Well done.
You deserve this mug. Good job, Yvonne.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow.
The reason we got into this crazy tough spelling bee is because there's a tweet that blew up overnight that just says the spelling of pneumonia is unnecessary.
Yeah.
50,000 retweets.
Why wasn't it just NAMONIA?
Honestly. Yeah, fairly ridiculous. But man, Yvonne, bringing the heat, eh?
Yeah, it sounds like she gets sick a lot on both ends.
A wedding planner. I was surprised after I watched this. I didn't even know she was a wedding planner because she's bashing weddings.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that people spend on them.
Which I think, you know what? You do you. If you've got
Sure.
that money and you can spend it, go for it. I love a gorgeous bougie wedding. I really do.
She actually, her issue is when you drag your wedding party into it and expect them to pay all kinds of money to be a part of your wedding. Listen to this rant. It's pretty solid.
Wedding culture nowadays, especially if you're a female, is out of control. Stop asking people to be in your wedding, and by the time your wedding's over, they've spent $2,000, $3,000. And before anyone's like, well, if you loved your friend, then you would spend the money. That's not my point. My point is that there's an alternative to almost everything that we're spending money on, and we're only spending the money because it's a trend and it's not what you really want to do. Like, why are you making your bridesmaids buy a $300 dress they're never going to wear again when there's an alternative? Do you really like the pajama pictures and make your bridesmaids buy those? Or are you doing it because it's a trend? Again, I'll spend the money, but when there's an alternative and half the money we're spending is on shit because it's a trend and it's what everyone else is doing, that's my issue. Like, it's a lot of money.
She makes just valid point after valid point.
Is fired up. So what do you do if you don't want to spend $300 on a dress? I really like the last wedding I was in the wedding party for. The bride said, I just want everyone to wear any shade of green. Buy whatever dress you want. She didn't even want us to confirm with her. She said, whatever you're comfortable in, whatever you think suits your body.
Awesome.
I loved that. And I got a dress online for like $20.
Yeah, you could tell.
Okay, it's funny you say that because I know you're kind of joking.
I am joking.
As soon as we got to the wedding venue, this was Grant Johnson, who used to do the morning show with us. He got married this past summer. As soon as I got to the venue in my dress, it had mud all over it. So it was perfect because it was a barn wedding. The dress was $20. It just worked. I didn't even care that there was mud on it. Neither did the bride or groom.
And then by the end of the night, you had puke down the front.
That is not true. Actually, that was a really rough night for me.
Yeah.
Remember, I had a bunch of Pepto-Bismol because I had heartburn.
Yeah.
And then I projectile vomited all over the campsite. And the next morning, everyone's like, why is the grass bright pink? And I was like, I don't know. That's so weird. Anyway, it's nice to have that easygoing bride when you're in a bridal party. I don't think I've ever experienced a high maintenance bride before.
Okay.
I have spent too much money on dresses that I'll never wear again.
Sure.
So that was pretty relatable to hear. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I think if you have these expectations, maybe you should pay for them.
And I'm sure a lot of brides do.
The pajama thing, if you're going to make them all wear a specific pajama just for a 4-minute photo shoot, maybe you should pay for those pajamas as part of the gift for them being in your wedding. And I'm sure some people do, like you said. But
Are there companies where you can rent the
pajamas?
No, I'm thinking more so of those the silky
Okay. Like
robes.
the throwovers?
The robes. And it says bride on the back and then bridesmaids. That'd be so convenient if you could just rent because she makes a valid point. Nobody's ever going to wear the bridesmaid robe ever again. We actually wanted to ask you at 780-784-7107 to brag about your low-cost wedding and how successful it still was. I have a girlfriend who used to think really big about a wedding one day and how she wanted it to be this big,
extravagant
amazing thing.
Yeah.
She's completely shifted her mentality. And now she says, when I meet the love of my life, we're having a pizza party in the backyard and that's it.
Awesome.
And I just think that's pretty amazing. Pam just wrote in saying, we didn't even have a supper, no expensive decorations. Wow, we're celebrating 17 years right away here.
Awesome. This text says, I'm from Ireland. The bridesmaid dresses, shoes, accessories, hair, makeup, and suits for the groomsmen. Even the shoes are all paid for by the bride and groom.
Okay.
Doing it right in Ireland.
Again, I do want to reiterate, if you're listening now and you're the type that is spending a lot of money on your wedding, you do you, like no judgment. Like I said, gorgeous weddings are amazing. Anytime I've seen photos of people that are at the Hotel McDonald, I'm like, wow, it's absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, maybe back to just like it a little bit more should be pinned on the bride and groom if you want that extravagant wedding.
If you're using this venue, I'm not paying for my dress.
Well, exactly. Don't invite like people that are on a budget and expect them to drop $3,000. Most people, especially right now with how expensive everything is,
dude,
don't just have $3,000.
I went and bought a barbecue cover yesterday. It was $100.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wear that to the next wedding.
Yeah. Kendra wrote in saying we had a backyard beautiful wedding and our cake was just a bunch of Timbits made into a tower.
Awesome.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, I think I'm at the point where if I go to a wedding, I am way more impressed by something that is like
cheap.
Yeah, or like just financially conscious than I am of something that's extravagant.
But I'm also super pumped when I'm invited to a really bougie wedding.
Oh, that's true.
Because I notice those fine details too. So I think it's like the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm.
I love any wedding, to be honest.
780-784-7107. We're asking you to brag about just like cheap things that you managed to do for your wedding.
Jody said, my wedding cost me less than $100. How? It was an amazing day. Unfortunately, it only lasted a couple years and the divorce is still costing me. Oh, man. Kimberly says, eloped in Vegas. I don't know the exact number, but thinking about $350 US. Almost 6 years in and wouldn't change a thing.
Awesome.
Okay, I actually have some friends that were in a Vegas wedding last week, and just them posting on Instagram stories, I was like, what a fun, cool venue.
Mm-hmm.
Seems more laid back. Other people are in control of it that do weddings all the time there.
Small town weddings can be pretty cheap too. Like I think all in mine, and that was back in 2010, would have been like under $5,000 or $6,000 for everything.
That seems good.
Yeah, and like we had 200 plus people there that we fed. But when you're doing it in a small town,
yeah, when you have all those small town like parents that are making all of the snacks for you by hand.
Yeah, like somebody owes one of our families a cow. So that's what you feed everybody.
That's funny you say that because the wedding we were at this past summer, which was Grant, who used to do the morning show with us, it was very small town vibes to the point where all the dinner was made by the parents.
Right.
But all the parents got tired and left before midnight lunch. So they left it to us to make the lunch, so it just never happened.
Right.
And that's why everyone was so sick the next day, because we didn't eat again at midnight. Janelle wrote in saying, we got married 5 years ago this Friday, so happy anniversary. That's so amazing. My bridesmaids found secondhand dresses and ended up selling them all. So in the end, it cost them $0 to be in my wedding.
Love that.
See, it's so fun to brag about things that were a good price.
Yeah.
It's just like when somebody says, like, oh my gosh, I love your dress, when you're just out and about and you're like, thanks, it was $10. It was on the sale rack. Like, it's just something that people love to bring up.
That would be a fun rule, is you have to get your suit or dress secondhand. Like,
Okay,
you make that the rule.
Or if the theme for the wedding was like everybody has to buy something that's from...
Yeah, even like the things on the tables you just got at Value Village or Goodwill. I like it.
That's fun.
Play 107, Elton John and Britney Spears, Hold Me Closer. Britney uploaded something that's pretty sus.
Yeah, it's problematic for sure.
She uploaded a picture that says, I found there was only one way to look thin, hang out with fat people, which is an old Rodney Dangerfield quote. But the comment section, which I found has always been very supportive of Britney, has turned.
Yeah, they're not thrilled.
And rightfully so. That's a very dumb thing to post. And she also went into detail about like how she wished that she had Christina Aguilera's backup dancers back in the day because they were thicker and she would have looked more thin. And you wonder, like,
just the body shaming. It's really, really sad. And I don't want to defend her in a sense, but it's also one of those things where, like, I even saw a viral TikTok the other day of some problematic scenes from shows in the 90s that shaped a lot of us. and it was a scene from Sex and the City where they're fat shaming Samantha because she has a quote unquote gut wearing a belly shirt, and she looks amazing in the episode. There's also another one where Miranda goes to Weight Watchers and she weighs 150 pounds and is going off about how she's like so overweight. And it's just, you watch it now and it's so cringy and so sad to know that that was ingrained in a lot of our minds, that like that's a problematic weight.
Right.
Or old episodes of America's Next Top Model where Tyra Banks is like calling people
Ruthless.
overweight, that they're plus size models when they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really tough. And like I said, I don't want to defend Britney because it is so bad, the narrative that she's pushing on her social media. But I don't know.
It's almost as if she has been asleep since the 90s.
Yes.
And has just woken up and is still thinking that this is okay.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, I wonder, and like you hear that her sons don't want anything to do with her, and I'm just really concerned for her. Like, to be honest, she looks unstable in a lot of her videos, and I want her to succeed so dearly. I want her to rebound, so it's nice to see that she's got this song with Eldon. Hopefully that comes with some confidence, and I just hope that she understands that like therapy is important, even though she wasn't making a lot of decisions over the last 15 years, that now that she can make healthy ones. And
like the way she captioned this quote is brutal. She says, I wish I could have chosen the nannies for my children, chosen my dancers. If I had Christina Aguilera's dancers, I would have looked extremely small. Is that her shaming the size of Christina Aguilera's background dancers? Like, it's so bad and cringy, and it's still up. And then she goes on to say, I mean, why not talk about it? Don't you think my confidence would have been a little bit better if I could choose where I lived, ate, who I called on the phone, dated, and who was on stage with me? It's hard sometimes. Now I see how much of my womanhood was stripped away at the time, and every person sat back and didn't say a thing. There's so much trauma in these words.
Yeah, true. It's interesting because even with social media, like when I'm about to post something in 2022, I lack the confidence of feeling that it's okay. And I ask you, like, this isn't going to get me in trouble, is it? And so I even have a filter to go through.
Well, because there's so many patterns that we still need to unlearn.
Yeah.
Even at our age
100%.
and how far we've come. And that's why it's so great seeing last night at the Emmys, seeing Lizzo win Outstanding Competition Program Award for Lizzo's Watch Out for the Big Girls. And she gets up on stage and she said, I wish there were more women that looked like me that were on TV when I was young. And she can be that person for people and show, like, you can be confident and you are beautiful the way that you are.
You know what Britney needs? Coffee with Lizzo.
Yes.
We are joined by caller 7. That would be Jen, and it's Jen's first time getting through for 1K Wordplay, but you have heard it before. You know how the game works?
I do.
Okay, for anybody that doesn't, let me break it down. You get to pick a teammate, Jen, either Lisa or myself. They will leave the room. We'll then ask you 5 words, or give you 5 words. You tell us the first word that comes to mind for each. We'll invite your teammate back in, do the same with them. For every word that matches, you get $25. If you hit all 5, it's $1,000.
Perfect.
Who's your teammate today?
I'm going to pick Ryder.
All right,
Yes.
Good choice.
It's a good choice because I choose good words.
Oh, okay.
I'm serious. I do. Okay, just waiting for him to officially leave the room. The door is closed. Jen, what is the first word that comes to your mind when I say dryer?
Laundry.
Fountain.
Water.
Cut.
Band-Aid.
Lid.
Clothes.
And the last word, Jen, what's the first word that comes to mind when I say Barney?
Purple.
Good answers. Okay, Ryder, come on in. He can see me through the window. Okay, Jen did great.
You say that every day.
She was quick, she was efficient, she had good answers, so don't screw this up, Ryder. What's the first word that comes to your mind when I say, start with this one, fountain?
Water.
That is correct. Cut.
Knife.
Band-Aid. That's okay. We're not winning $1,000 today, but we could win up to $100. So let's keep this going, okay? Dryer.
Laundry?
That is correct.
Yeah.
$50 for Jen. Lid.
Jar?
Close. Like closing a lid.
No, I don't like that answer, Jen.
Come on. Okay, so Jen has won $50.
Yeah.
Let's make it 75.
Sure.
Barney.
Purple.
That's correct.
Hey!
Hey!
All right. Not bad. We did okay, Jen.
Yeah, we're doing good.
It's not bad.
Okay, wait. I don't know what word I have left because I went in a weird order.
No, I think we're good.
We're done?
I think we're done because there was 2 wrong and she got 3 right for $75.
Okay, so we did dryer, fountain, cut, lid, Barney.
Yeah. Got them all.
Oh gosh, is it Monday? Congratulations, Jen. You picked up what, $75?
Yeah.
That's not too bad for a first time.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, have a great day.
Yeah.
What's a not so obvious annoyance about your job? 780-784-7107. Brandon says, I'm a garbage man. Using the new bin system is the biggest not obvious annoyance of my job. People getting upset with me when they put their bins too close. And I can't pick it up with my truck. We do about 1,500 homes per day, over 10 hours. If I had to get out and fix every one, we would never finish. So just follow the rules and your bins will be picked up.
Okay, Jessica wrote in saying I work retail. Whenever something doesn't ring in right away, I hate it when the person looks at you and says, oh, that means it must be free. Oh, that would get so old.
You had a friend who went on a bit of a rant. She's a teacher.
I think she works in a daycare. Like, I know that the kids are very, very young. She never has them on camera. She's got a very private Instagram account. Like, very
great.
few amount of people can actually see her stories. I did get the okay from her if we could steal the audio from her latest Instagram story.
We won't say her name, though.
No, but it is such a funny rant that I've never thought about when it comes to teaching young kids.
Back to school can be stressful for parents and educators alike, but the most stressful part? Shoes. Kids don't know what shoes are theirs. They're not labeled, and they have indoor shoes and outdoor shoes, and their parents are always mad at us because I don't know where your fucking kids' shoes are. I don't know what they look like. I have 100 pairs of shoes to keep track of. That's not going to happen. If your kid doesn't know what shoes belong to them, that's a you problem. Everybody goes to Payless. Everybody goes to Walmart. You all have the same shoes. Label them. It's so much easier than yelling at me.
I just never considered the fact that teachers get parents yelling at them for silly things like, well, where are my kids' shoes?
Yeah, ask your kid.
It's so true. They are trying to keep track of hundreds of shoes.
780-784-7107. What do you do and what's an unobvious annoyance at your workplace?
I work at a dog daycare, and my not so obvious annoyance is I ingest a lot of hair, whether it be in my mouth, in my nose, in my eyes. Like, there's just a lot of hair probably in my body right now
Why? Where is this hair coming from?
from all the dogs.
Yeah, she's at a doggy
Oh my
daycare.
gosh, I didn't hear that. I thought you just said daycare. I was like, why are these kids? Are you biting their hair? Like, what is happening? Oh my gosh.
Little bit of pretext there, but yeah, no. So lots of hair in my, even when I eat food. I mean, when it doesn't get stolen. But yeah.
When it doesn't get stolen by the dogs.
Oh yeah, you got to be careful. You put it down or drop your hand, it's gone.
Which doggy daycare do you work at?
I work for the Second Pup. It's the best one in the world.
We're all on budgets. That's just the way 2022 is going. So we wanted to have a little brainstorm about what's the best bang for your buck when it comes to food in Edmonton. So when you're going out for lunch or dinner, you're like, oh, like for $8, this is the best deal. Or for $15, you're not going to get a better meal than this.
It used to just be every Wednesday at whatever wing place you went to, but nowadays it's like half price off, and you're still spending like $7.
$9, $10 on a plate of wings. Yeah,
it's crazy.
That's not a great deal anymore.
You said there's obviously a number one answer.
Yeah, every time we've ever brought up like economically savvy food choices, the hot dog deal at Costco is without question the number one answer.
Okay, so we're looking for second place.
I guess we're just playing for second.
Like, what's something you can get for under $20 at a restaurant?
And it could be a daily deal.
Okay.
Or it could just be like a menu item that you think is really reasonably priced. I went to Blanco Catina in South Common yesterday, and it's the new like Mexican place. I think they just opened early summer, and they had burritos on for half price and margaritas on for half price. So I had a double margarita and a burrito that was super filling, and I was out of there for under $20. That's not a thing.
No, it's very rare.
For under $20 to get a double marg and food? Come on. You get free chips to start.
It's so funny because as soon as we started talking about this, every single text we've gotten so far is Costco hot dog. So that's why we're brainstorming second place. We just have to. This text here says soul fried chicken, 5-piece meal with 2 sides and a drink for under $15. Is that every day, or is that the lunch special, or is that...
That sounds like a great deal.
Yeah, that sounds amazing for under 15 bones.
780-784-7107. Hit us up.
Always.
Oh, that's always their deal. All right. Hit us up with your best bang for a buck.
Okay. Renee says Chianti's on, I think there's a location downtown, right? Is there also one on White? Yes. On Mondays and Tuesdays, all the pasta is $12.99. The wine is cheap and the Caesar salad too. Wow. Okay.
You need to do this, or else you're going to end up out somewhere and you're $40 deep, and all you had was like a small meal. That ain't the life for me. Came through. We asked you a simple question: what's the best bang for your buck when it comes to food in the city outside of the $1.50 Costco hot dog and drink? We know that is damn near untouchable.
Yeah, it really is.
But other than that, what are you rolling in with? And you guys came with it. Sarah says the daily $10 pizza from Pizza Hut is a solid deal. Braden said anything from the Old Spaghetti Factory.
Yeah, there was another text about Old Spaghetti Factory.
It's true. Their prices are ridiculous good.
Rihanna says a meal for under $15 includes bread, salad or soup, a tea or coffee, and a scoop of ice cream. A family of 4 can eat very cheap there.
Brett says casinos always have great deals on food. Just have a look before you go.
Oh, that's very true. And I love the environment. Like, you walk in and it's just a bunch of elderly people meeting up with all of their friends for lunch.
Losing their life savings.
No, we don't talk like that.
This text says the flea market, $1 hot dogs. Take that, Costco.
Whoa, what? Okay.
Renee says the Pint has half-price food on Fridays.
Have you heard of L Furniture? We got a call earlier from Forrest, but we've gotten several texts about this new restaurant on Jasper Ave where everything on the menu is under $8, and apparently the food is unreal. And it has 6 other locations
and it's called,
in Canada.
What?
It's called L Furniture Warehouse, which is so misleading in my opinion. EL Furniture Warehouse. It's a popular bar, apparently.
Do they also sell furniture?
No.
Is that a dumb question to ask?
No, they don't.
Okay. Sure?
I wonder if they just have really cool furniture. I don't get it.
Dave says Wendy's. Is this Dave from Wendy's?
Wait a minute. Their
child-sized deluxe cheeseburger with chili cheese nachos and a drink is under $10. I love that it was somebody named Dave that texted that in.
Burger King $5.99 King meal deal. 2 burgers, fries, and a drink for $6? People need to start going there for date night.
Burger King?
You get 2 burgers, fries, and a drink for $6.
Yeah, I guess.
The King meal deal. Yes.
780-784-7107. Hit us up if you've got a contribution for best bang for your buck food-wise in the city.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.